Hey there, it's Chuck with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with our 7th Theros draft here. And looking at my options here, I've got Excoriate, I've got Nyxborn Shieldmate, which seems like it would be a good pick at this point. Crypsis is not bad. Odonos River Trawler I do like. Sword of Valkis, unfortunately, is just definitely not. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem that appealing to me. But I mean, we can sacrifice other creatures to put stuff on it, so maybe this is a decent pick. I'm not really sure if it's the best pick here, but I mean, it's not awful, so I guess I got a Forsaken Drifters there, which is terrible. Ghostblade Eidolon, however, is really nice, but Temple of Plenty would also be really nice. Revoke Existence isn't awful, but definitely not. I think Ghostblade Eidolon here is definitely going to be my pick, but hope that Temple of Plenty wheels. But this Forlorn Sudama is not bad either. So we'll go ahead and pick up Ghostblade Eidolon here. And Grave Robber Spider or Silent Sentinel here are both good picks. Weight of the Underworld is nice. But Silent Sentinel has return a target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And we already have an enchantment, so I feel like Silent Sentinel is going to be a decent pick here. So we will go ahead and pick that up. We're going to cost sort these. Siren Songwire is not all that interesting to me here. Servant of Timuret, however, is interesting to me here. I do like Servant. So, other than that, I'm not really seeing a whole lot here that I want. So, Servant is going to get the pick. Forlorn Sudama is back around, and we have a Snake of the Golden Grove and another Servant. And this Intimidate damage can be great. And it gives us the ability to put zombie tokens onto the battlefield. And we also have a Swordwise here, which seems pretty good as well, and Immortal's Ardor. But I really think the Sudama is going to be my pick here, as I do like it. And I don't think this is actually going to be worth playing, but we'll keep it around. Odonos River Trawler or Nyxborn Eidolon here. Or we have a Griffin Dream Finder, and this returns an enchantment card from our graveyard to our hand. And we do have the Ghostblade Eidolon at this point. And we have a chance to pick up a lot more of these, but I think Nyxborn Eidolon looks pretty appealing here. But we got a chance to bring back 2 here with this. I think I will pick up the River Trawler here. I think that does seem like a decent move at this point. And we have another Nyxborn Eidolon here, which we will actually pick up. So that worked out pretty well in our favor. Black Oath of Asphyxiate. That's definitely our pick here. Definitely. And we have a Springleaf Drum here, which can be pretty good, but I do think that we look to Fellhide Brawler here. So we'll pick up that. And a Forsaken Drifters or a Sunbond here. Or we can pick up this Aspect of Hydra. And this is, whenever you gain life, put that many counters on this creature. Sure, Sunbond here, that's fine. We'll pick up the Favor here, or the Archetype. Sure, archetype seems alright. It's not the best thing in the world, but it is in our color wheel here. Claim of Erebos is fine, probably. And Grizzly Transformation draws us a card and target creature has Intimidate. Eye Gouge is fine, but pick up Charging Badger here. Probably won't make a deck. But really all we have here is Ghostblade Audemon, Sunbond, and Silent Sentinel tying us to white. Everything else we have is black here. So we'll see what else we can draw into here as far as our Theros packs for our colors. I'm not opposed to going green if things... because really I can splash white just for Ghostblade here, and I'm fine with that too. So far we have a pretty decent setup here. And Fleecemane is interesting. That is a very good card. Sedge Scorpion is also really good here. Favored Hoplite is really good. Blood Toll Harpy is really good. Cavalry Pegasus is really good. So what do we take here? If I had to... I really want to go with Fleecemane line here. Just to see what direction, but this seems like it might be a bit outside of our wheelhouse, so I think we go with the Favored Hoplite. And here we have Scholar, which is going to be our pick, and we also have Baleful Eidolon, Grey Merchant, but Scholar is definitely the pick, as that guy can win games in and of himself. And Sentry is also really good here. Baleful's really good, but Sentry has the flying and vigilance and the regen. And I think Sentry is going to be pretty much the pick, but I also like this Baleful Eidolon really well, but we'll pick Sentry here and hope that some of this other stuff wheels. And at this point, it is looking like we're pretty solid into white-black here again. And Night Howler is going to be definitely our pick here. This is a great card. And here we pick up another Scholar, so that's fine. Definitely love that. And here we're starting to narrow down some of our cards here as to what we want to play and what we don't. So I'm liking our curve so far here. This archetype's probably not going to make the cut as we go along. And this Forsaken Drifters is probably going to go away as well as Sunbond, as they're not really the type of cards that we want to be playing. Right now we're going to be looking for targets for our stuff here to take off our heroic here. Prowler's Helm looks fine. Sip is definitely it's between that and Read the Bones, and I think the removal is probably more what we want to go for here at this point. Because having the removal can make a huge difference. And Asphodel Wanderer Lash, and we're going to go with Lash here, as again the removal is going to make a huge difference. And Sunbond is going to get hidden here. So I don't think that's probably going to make the cut here. So far we have Sip, Lash, and asphyxiate as our big deals here. And I'm not really liking this double casting costs black and white here either, so we'll see if we get some different stuff here. Baleful Eidolon is going to be our pick here. As the death touch is very, very relevant. And it can be bestowed, so that's double positive here. And we are up to 15 creatures now. So now we're going to be looking for things that complement our deck that we've put together here. And here I think we go with the Cavalry Pegasus, as it gives any humans that we have flying, which I don't know that we have very many. But we do have Favored Hoplite that is a human. And here we'll go ahead and pick up a counter here, just a hate draft, I suppose. Much of the return seems okay. It's definitely a good sideboard card for us. It isn't going to make the initial cut. And again, we'll pick up another March. Yoked Ox is not terrible, but probably won't make a cut. So Temple of Mystery doesn't help us out at all. Heliod's Emissary, however, does. We have Asphodel Wanderer, which is an interesting pick here. But I think Heliod's Emissary is going to be the pick because of the Bestow, which is huge. But this regen can also be really huge as well. But my gut tells me that we're going to go with Heliod's Emissary here in the 4-drop slot. And Shipwreck Singer is really tempting to splash for here. But Scholars, we have another Scholar here, so this is definitely our 3 Scholars is amazing. Okay. As is for Satyrs here. And another Scholar. This is insane. And at this point, I think the Silent Sentinel is probably out of the picture here, as we can go for really low casting costs. Way of doing things here. Insatiable Harpy is going to be fine. I do like that card, and Observe It All See It is another decent pick, but the Flying Lifelink on Insatiable Harpy is going to be too good to pass up here. And we have a Blood Toll Harpy as well. A God Willing is going to be wonderful. I do like that. So far this is looking pretty good. I am liking the way this is rounding out. 4 scholars is just ridiculous. That is going to make for an extremely consistent win con. As even if they could remove it, I'm going to hit it a lot. So Tormented Hero here is definitely going to be my pick, as the 1-drop is going to replace this Fellhide Brawler. And again here we have an Asphodel Wanderer. It might end up, is most likely going to end up being sideboard here. We have another one actually. So the regen on those is going to be really nice as well if we end up hitting a chance. And blue looks like it was wide open the whole time too. And here we have a March again. And we'll take a Horizon Scholar out of the picture here. And I'm really liking this deck. Like, this is really, really going to shine, I think. As we have a lot of enchantment creatures, we have a lot of this regeneration. We'll actually take this Breaching Hippocamp to get it off the playing field here, as that flash can get annoying. Silent Artisan might be good for later if we need a better blocker or something. But yeah, I'm really kind of I think these Asphodel Wanderers are gonna get hit here, and that's basically our deck right here. This is gonna be our deck, and really we might even bring in a couple of other things instead of the archetype of courage or finality here. But this gives all my creatures death touch, which is going to be pretty relevant. So, and we really don't have a whole lot at the top of our curve here, so I really think this is fine in the way that it is. So I'm really digging this setup here. So that looks to be the make of our deck. And we are done picking here. So that is what you are going to see as the deck here. And we are waiting for the final people to make their picks, I suppose. And we'll go ahead and start putting together this deck here. So we have Favored Hoplite, God's Willing, Ghostblade Eidolon definitely comes in here. We're going to sort these by converted mana cost here. Scholar, 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 and Scholar are definitely coming in. And I don't think either one of these are going to make it right now, but Heliod's Emissary is definitely coming out. Sip is coming out. The archetype is a maybe here. Sentry's definitely coming in. Lash is coming in. Harpy's coming in. We don't need any of the marches right now. Forlorn Sudama is in. Night Howler's in. Asphyxiate is in. Timeret. Odonos River Trawler seems good. Claim of Erebos is good. We want that. Baleful Eidolon is fine. Nyxborn Eidolon is fine. Tormented Hero is coming in. And that's 21 right there. So we need 2 more cards here to fill this out. And even these Blood Toll Harpies seem like they might be decent. Flying 2 1s. But these Asphodel Wanderers are going to be really good too. And if we do one of these and one of the archetypes here, that actually gives us a pretty decent rounded out deck here. So I'm thinking this is going to be the way that we're going to go here. That seems like it's pretty well rounded. And we got plenty of targets for our stuff here. Any of our heroic stuff. So we are going to go ahead and just add land here. We'll suggest and see what it suggests here. It says 11 and 6, and I'm actually just going to go 10 and 7 here, because we do want to hit those white sources and say done. And we will go ahead and submit this away and wait for our first game. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been Chuck with RogueDeckBuilder.com.